This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, saving your day from boredom with the best podcasting entertainment.
What's up, everybody? Ricky Widmer here, along with fellow man-child Johnny Karlic.
Grass tastes bad.
And we are back for another edition of the Rick and Johnny podcast right here on Most Valuable Podcast. Your one-stop shop for all the nerdy news, superhero news, movie news. We've got, well, you got the alien there.
I was trying like what's movie here? I mean, there's Chewbacca there too.
True. And, of course, Rick and Morty and everything in the nerdy atmosphere that we have. So thank you guys for coming back. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for joining us. If you're a new viewer, new listener, before we get into it, got a jam-packed show talking Incredibles 2. We're going to be looking at superhero fatigue. We're going to be looking at kind of a tease from Black Panther. So the middle segment, if you haven't seen Black Panther, I'm just saying it now. Spoilers, bro. You've been warned, but I'll warn you again. But little housekeeping before we get into it. Number one, if you like what you see, want to help support the channel, check out patreon.com down below in the description. Also in that description, make sure to check out the MVP store. That's where you could get your own Most Valuable Podcast t-shirt that we're selling there on the store. Number three, if you're on iTunes, you listen to Apple Podcasts, go over and give the Rick and Johnny Podcast a 5-star rating. It would mean the world to us, just like the Dragon Ball that Johnny is holding up. Sorry to our audio listeners. And then the last one, go and check out mostvaluablepodcast.com. That's where everything goes, audio, video. You never miss anything from MVP at mostvaluablepodcast.com. But Johnny, all the housekeeping is over. We get to push it to the side. And we're like, people might have thought like, hey, I thought the trailer reactions might have been over.
No.
Are you a trailer reaction podcast now?
Yes.
We are not, but Incredibles 2 dropped as an Olympic
I thought differently.
You thought we were?
I thought we were. I'm sorry.
We're not changing everything.
I thought
here.
maybe I just missed the memo. That's all.
But we do have another trailer to watch. We're going to watch the Incredibles 2 trailer that dropped during the Olympics, about a minute and a half, so it's not terribly long. No. So as we always do, Johnny, we're going to show it. We're going to react to it. And I'll wait for you to get your headphones in. That wasn't quite as... I will be courteous. The audio listeners, you'll be able to hear the trailer along with us. Won't be able to see it. And as always, we're just going to go on three. So it'll be 1, 2, and then press play. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Watch after Jack. I thought we were getting...
I'm glad we paused for like over 10 years.
You hurt your mother.
Superheroes are illegal.
We want to fight bad guys. It defines who I am.
We're not saying you have... What?
Someone on TV said it.
I love that part. Someone on TV said,
what?
It defines who I am.
Hero stuff. Help me bring supers back into the sunlight. We need Elastigirl.
Bye, sweetie.
Something's up with that.
That's not the way you're
New
supposed
math.
to do it, Dad. They want us to do it.
New math.
It's new math.
Why would they change math? Math is math. Math is math. All over Dusseldorf.
This is my favorite part. Tap, tap.
Whack.
Close it!
I couldn't have done this if you hadn't taken over so well.
I've got to succeed so she can succeed. So we can succeed.
I get it, Bob.
What the? That is freaky. But I can't keep giving him cookies. No biting the daddy.
No biting the daddy.
The daddy.
Properly, parenting is a heroic act.
Done properly.
Electric, fire, and lasers. That's menacing. Not to mention the shape-shifting and the teleportation.
Parenting done properly could be the most vital skill. Done properly. That's my favorite. I keep saying that's my favorite part. There are 3 parts to that I love. And I love the whole thing. This basically made me go, yes, sign me up. Incredibles coming this year. I cannot wait for the Incredibles. Can't wait. What are your thoughts after the trailer?
No, I'm excited. We're finally, like I said in the very beginning. Oh, cool. We left off where we were at like 10 years ago or so or more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing
No,
that,
it's nice though.
the thing that I was looking at is because it's an animated movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, these actors probably aged the 10 years it's been, but the voices haven't.
Exactly.
So really they can pick it up right where the first one left off. And I like how we're looking into, it's more of the fan, like, yeah, we didn't get a ton of the kids.
No.
But like the part where Dash, it defines who I am. And
What?
what? I don't know, I heard it on TV or
Some guy
something.
said on TV.
Also, the thing I like, the first one was more like, hey, you know what, Mr. Incredible, I used to be this, superheroes were outlawed, now I feel trapped in my own job. Now they're looking at it on the side of Elastigirl.
Yes.
Where it's like, I feel trapped as a housewife.
She's gonna
and this
be-
is my way to get out, and oh my God, everyone loves me because I'm Elastigirl.
She's going to be the hero now, and he's going to have to be the one that's kind of taking the back seat for now, in a sense. I mean, the movie seems like it's going to be a lot of him and the kids as well, because, I mean, that's the more entertaining part overall, especially with Jack's powers developing now.
He's got so many. Lasers, fire, teleportation.
Electricity.
Can transform into a monster.
Well, he transformed into a few things in the other movie.
True.
So, there was something else too. He was like...
Shape shift, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's shapeshift.
But, I mean, here's the question I want to ask you, because they didn't give too much into it. Who's going to be the villain?
In my eyes, I think it's that guy that says Elastigirl needs to come back.
You think so?
I think it's him. It's something to do with him, because almost seems like a dividing them up, because you saw how well they all work together at the end of the movie, having super strength, elasticity. What was the girl's powers? Both making shield.
She was
and
basically
invisibility.
she was basically Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Where she can create the bubble around them to protect them.
Yeah, she's
and
an
stuff
invisible
like that.
woman.
Yeah.
Basically. And then Jack, that's got, not Jack. What's his name?
Dash.
He's got, Dash has speed.
Yeah, he's the super speedster.
Yeah, exactly. And then, I mean, Frozone, family friend, ice powers. So, I mean, you got this team that is all together. I mean, if you split at least just one of them off, you weaken them already, especially with him trying to take care of the other three on his own.
Well, and the guy that you mentioned that you kind of think is the baddie,
That's what I'm going to go with.
his character name is Winston Devor, or Winston Devor, or whatever, however you pronounce it. By the way, just a side note, the actor that plays him, Bob Odenkirk, I love him. I love him. He's Better Call Saul.
Okay.
He's Saul from Better Call Saul,
Okay.
or from Breaking Bad. Like, he is one of my favorite actors, and I love him in mostly everything he's in, especially How I Met Your Mother, with the role that he played as Marshall's boss, I believe he was in that one, and had his little dog Putt-Putt, I think was the dog's name.
Okay.
But point being aside, when I heard that voice, I was like, I'm in. I'm in with the characters that I had. Like, the guy who plays, obviously the guy who plays Mr. Incredible, Craig T. Nelson, he was in the one that I remember him from, Blades of Glory, as their ice hockey coach.
Oh, yeah.
Been in other things. That's what I remember him from. You've got Holly Hunter as Elastigirl. I hear Odenkirk. I'm like, I'm in. I love it. I'm in. Here's the thing I think about with the villain, though. Is in the first one, they went along with the kind of trend of guy looks up to the superhero burns him, I'm going to use this for evil.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing, and make a turn. Is this going to be a similar plot then, where Odenkirk wants to bring superheroes back, but something might have happened in his childhood or something to where he's doing it for all the wrong reasons?
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
what I'm thinking about.
That's what it still goes with Odenkirk is then the villain, because that's what I think it is he's the villain for whatever reason. And the best way to do that, like, let's say he knows about the Incredibles. Who's the one people that can stand in my way? Well, this family team of superheroes. If I split them up, give Elastigirl more jobs, and make Mr. Incredible the one that's just
has to stay at home.
has to stay. Let's put it this way too: Elastigirl knows how to handle the kids, right?
True.
Mr. Incredible, not so much. He was working.
He does not.
He was working, so he's a working father, and she was the stay-at-home mother. You split that up in the way that she's off fighting crime, and he's trying to help the kids now. he's too busy helping them to realize, oh shit, there's this and this that has to get done, and the mother is off doing her superhero job.
Now I'm looking right now. I'm trying to see if so. A lot of people think that, of course, like you said, Winston Dever is going to be the villain. However, there's another character that we didn't see in the trailer, but apparently her name is Evelyn Dever. Got a brother-sister thing going on, I believe, where maybe will it be the sister is the more diabolical one? That's the word I'm looking for. Diabolical one, and she could be the true villain. And it's a misdirection where it's not William, it's Evelyn who is the true villain in Incredibles 2.
Could be. I mean, here's another one. I mean, he's not the villain, but since they're brother sister, maybe they work together to create a business.
And the thing I can't wait for
he's not necessarily the villain then, but he's tied in.
And I'm looking, of course, at the these were tweets that were sent out by the Disney Pixar Twitter, and they're kind of showing the art representation of the character to who they're playing, and it kind of shows like how much of a match they are. Like Odenkirk to Dever is a 78% match of how much they look alike. Evelyn Dever, who's going to be played by Catherine Keener, she's a 41% match. There's another one here that we didn't get to see, which I'm not saying we should have got to see. Let's not get this twisted, but it's interesting. Sophia Bush is in the movie.
Really?
And she's going to play a character called Void, Voyd. And it looks like another super because the picture is this superhero with blue teal hair with kind of the flat side and the hair flying over, like going long this way.
Okay.
To the right for the audio listeners. Has a Robin-style mask, green suit with a teal circle, which looks like the two tops of a V, which I look at it and I would think another super.
Could be.
However, is this going to be like another super that Dever brings on somewhere else, and this is someone that Elastigirl kind of, not, I don't want to say talks to, but like interacts with while she's out in the field?
Could be. Could be, yeah.
Because, I mean, that to me, it interests me that we're going to get more, because of course they got to give us more heroes.
Yeah.
They got to give us new heroes, but the thing that I think this is going to...
Well, the other thing is supers don't have to be heroes.
True, they can be evils.
Yes.
They can be kind of like Ozone in a way, where of course he wasn't a super in the first one. He wasn't a super, but he used his power and technology to make him into one.
Wait, no.
Am I saying the name wrong?
Frozone?
No, not Frozone.
Yeah.
The villain from the first one.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Ozone?
No, it was not that.
Syndrome.
Syndrome. I was going to say.
Why Syndrome.
Yeah, Syndrome. I'm like, wait, what?
Because I'm like, dude, I'm looking at a picture of him right now with his stupid red hair and his big, firm chin, and he's pointing a laser out of his finger. Syndrome.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Syndrome was evil in the first one.
Yes, exactly. Good. He wasn't technically a super, but he had powers because he made them out of tech. So.
But this plot is going to revolve around, I think it should heavily revolve around, yeah, we want to see Elastigirl a little bit.
In the field, but
I want to see Bob at home.
Yes.
I want to see what's going on with the kids, with kind of, because it's new on that side too. Like the whole like superhero going out away from the family, we saw that in the first one. Mm-hmm. Give me the other side of it. Give me him dealing with the kids, which it looks like we get with the doozling, and he's knocking off. And then we also have the funniest thing.
That was the best.
This is math. You don't change math.
Oh, that one too, yeah.
Because and here's what I looked into. Apparently the joke that they're going for is, I was not old enough for this, but in the 50s they came out with new math.
Oh, did they?
They tried to change everything. Everyone got mad. They went back to the old way. However, we're starting to see, like, that's a joke that even relates now.
Yes.
Because we see that now. Like, I looked at when I used to teach some of the math homework that the kids are working on. I'm like, what is this? And they're like, oh, it's math. I'm like, this is not math. They're like, oh, you do this, this, this. I'm like, but why don't you just do this and this? And it's eliminating a whole nother step that you just did. Like, it relates on so many different levels, no matter what age you are.
That's exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. I talked to this guy. He has two girls, younger. I forgot their ages exactly. But he was trying to help them with math homework. He's like, well, why don't you just do it like this? And then she goes, well, we're not supposed to do it that way.
The teacher said do it this way.
Yes. The teacher said we have to do it one of these ways, but the way you're describing, Dad, is wrong now. It's like, but you get the same result quicker.
I am not wrong. Do not tell me I'm wrong. That's basically what I would do.
Yeah,
Flip
right?
the book and walk off. Fine, you do it by yourself then.
I'm thinking, well, my thought was, what do you mean it's wrong? You got the right answer.
Yeah.
But
I'm in the same boat.
Apparently
Get the right
nowadays it's not what answer you get. It's as long as you get there. It's how you get there. Even if your answer's wrong.
Remember when we were in school, when we were in high school and stuff?
Yeah.
It was like, well, I got the right answer, but you didn't show your work. You didn't show your work, Johnny.
That was more of a "are you cheating" thing, I think.
I would hope so, but it really bugged me.
It did.
Where it's like, I can do this all in my head. Why do I need to show my work?
I think that was more of a.
Especially on the easier ones where it's like, oh my God, I get it. X goes over here. This goes that way.
Yes, those ones we shouldn't have had to, but I guess it was the teacher's get around of show me you're not cheating. It's like, yes, I can do it in my head though. It's like I didn't even do any math in my head for this problem.
No, I just went boom, 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 boom. And
exactly.
I was done. Any final thoughts you've got on?
No, I'm excited about this. I can't wait for some more trailers on it to get a little bit more of the story. I don't want too much.
No, I can't.
Obviously, it's a Disney film. We don't want to Disney Pixar film.
Yeah,
we have to be more specific nowadays because of how many affiliates they have.
Well, you made the joke to me. I want to say Thursday before we saw Black Panther, where you're like, you know what, parents, don't take your kids to go see this. This movie's not for you. This movie is for people like me who grew up with The Incredibles, and they're coming out with this.
We've been waiting for this.
They're pandering for me, not for you.
Keep your kids away from the theater. It's not for them. This is for us.
They can get the second weekend. We get the first weekend. Yes. It's basically like a parent where it's like, all right, little Timmy can get them on next weekend, but we get them the first weekend. We get the first weekend with The Incredibles 2. But this is where you guys come in. Let us know what you guys think down below of The Incredibles 2 trailer. What are you hyped for? What are you not hyped for? What are your questions coming out of this first trailer? Let us know what you guys think down below in the comment section.